What's going on, everybody? It's Amma Jamma here. I'm gonna get this link shared a couple places and we'll get going right away. OCEA is blasting right now. It's up on my screen. Discord, it hasn't been done, and we will get started as soon as we finish that. I hope everybody had a great day. And let me pop this link up. And in free, and we will get going. Everybody had a great day. I'm ready to make some money. I don't know about you guys. We had some fantastic trades yesterday. So I think that overall we had some really clean movement. We played I talked to you guys a lot about playing the after earnings pushes, and that's what we did yesterday. We actually played I'm sorry, it totally slipped my mind. Jeez, what a day it's been. CrowdStrike. We played CrowdStrike after earnings, and at this point it's still one top of my watch list simply because of what's going on with it. It had some decent earnings. It gave back pretty much all of its push from after hours 2 days ago, and it's pulling back at this point. So let's get my big face off of here, make my face a little bit of itty, and let's pop on the SPY. I hope everybody's having a great day. Let's get hyped. The SPY is green. We've been pushing since market data. I guess more people laid off is a good thing. I think that there was more than projected. I was setting up the stream, so I haven't checked. I'm going to look right now. Job data showed initial claims for state unemployment benefits rose to 211K for the week that ended March 4th from 190K. Market likes it. Market wants people fired. Stocks with layoffs have been popping. I mean, let's be real. So let's go over the SPY just a little bit. I'm going to pop on the daily first. We'll do that. We know, right? That 200 MA, we took the hard bounce off of it, and then we hit rejection off of our upper trend line. I mean, we are still bullish on the year, guys. I'm sorry. That's just the reality of it. As much FUD is hanging out in the market a little bit. It doesn't matter for the market. We're sitting at almost the whole year since when? Yeah, since the first week of January, we've been 100 above the 200 MA on the daily every day but one. Since the first week of January. Let's be real here. Let's look back. When's the last time that happened? Way back in here, 2022, over a year. Something to look out. Another thing, hard bounce on the 200 MA right here. What we were looking for, anyone that joins these streams daily knows we talked about this. We talked about it. So it's what we're watching. I'm not saying I'm bullish overall. I'm talking about trading versus investing. Trading is the people who are in here right now and trade. We trade daily, weekly, monthly, whatever it might be. We're traders. We're not investing. Let's be real. If you're that concerned about what the SPY is doing today, you're not investing, you're trading. Let's pop that 15-minute on and get to work, boys and girls. All right, you know the routine. We delete everything. We don't want these MAs up, and we don't want that VWAP up. We just want to see our levels. We got this pre-market low. And yesterday, playing on my levels yesterday that I gave you guys, if you took a SPY put on that loss of trend, I mean, that thing had really I'm sorry, that was Tuesday. I'm really getting my days mixed up here. Actually, yesterday we had a nice dump off that level as well, and then Tuesday we had the insane dump. I apologize, I'm off on my days. They all start to blend together when you day trade, but these levels are important and they're applicable for the day. Don't just give up on these levels because the stream ended and move on to the next stock. Learn the stock, love the stock, spend time with the stock, make it a commitment, make that stock think you care about them that day. You don't care about them. You don't have to buy them flowers, but make them think you love them and give them that attention and learn their tendencies. The more you know this stock's tendencies, the more money you're going to make. Love your stock. We are ripping, guys. We are ripping. We have ripped from $397 to $400. We're up $2.50 pre-market. Massive moves. That doesn't mean it's sustainable when the market opens up. So what are we looking at right now? We broke our 400. We broke this wick high. So on the downtrend, we're looking at our high a day yesterday, our double top high a day. We lose that with a retest. Remember, we're retesting here, folks. So we lose that on the retest. We're going puts under 399.80. On a retest, though. We want to see it pop back up and then the flush. So we've got our three major levels already hammered out. Let's throw a fourth on for you, and that would be the low a day yesterday. We've got the next 4 levels on the downtrend all laid out for you guys. No reason you should lose money on this. These levels are going to come to play. All right, on the uptrend. It's just a little bit janky here. I mean, we've got 401.31. That's kind of the first area I'm looking at is right here. Our 401.31 area. Let me slide this line on over a little bit more, which is about $1 up. And it looks like a lot, but it's really only $1 from where we're at now. So that's kind of the first level I'd be looking at. And this level actually is applicable all the way back. So that's a pretty major level, guys. All right. See, this is how resistance and support works. Like, talk about the perfect put setup yesterday. You see that resistance from the day before? Double top, flush. Perfect put setup. So those are the levels we're looking at, and then 405.83. Really, those are the 2 main levels I'm looking at. We could get a very strong, clean, no punches pulled kind of day. We'll wait and see and go from there. So those are SPY levels we're looking at today. So when to take the trade. All right, so call side, I would love to see a retest of $399.50 to $400, and then that push back up over $400.25. That's my bullish entry. Bearish entry is that loss of trend at $399.21. That's all there is to it. And then another bullish entry would be that impulsive break and hold over 401.25, 401 Thursday. Then take that entry. Let's pop on our top runners of the day. OCEA is just ripping at this point. There's not really too much you're going to want to do with this stock other than identify some levels. It really, these levels don't matter because we didn't even touch this earlier last time it ripped. So it's pushing right now. That's just the reality of it. So a couple things I will do is we'll put a little trend line here. Watch for a retest in that area here. And then once we establish a top, we'll pop that fibs on and we'll see what we got going on. But for now, I can't say with any validity that, take that entry above the 862 push. Only main thing we would look at here would be this area here where we did hit our head for quite a while before the impulsive breakout. Let's see if we establish support there. But there's no really clean entry at this point I'm talking about. Not when we're getting 1 minute candles of 5% when we're already up 85%. It's just not safe. It's not worth it. It's not what you want to do. So, all right, the next one. Let's make some money today. We'll pop the 15-minute on here. We fully retraced our gap up from 4 a.m. where we started the day today. That's a major support resistance. That's a major support area. And then we've got a major resistance, which was support all of pre-market right here. So I like that. I like that entry with assurance. Let's go a little bit higher so we don't get caught on that wick high. I like our entry above 69 cents just to be safe, about 69 cents. We played this a couple times already pre-market. Toro's been selling off. It's a little bit nasty. We were trying to hold that fibs. I could tell right now that we tried to hold the fibs and failed without even having that VWAP on. So here you go. I'm sorry, our fibs on. So here you go. You could see here's our levels we're looking at. So I'm just going to pop a fibs. It's not our golden fibs, but I am going to pop a line at enter 786 just for simple bounce purpose reasons. And I want to identify our golden fibs level. We're going to pop this right there and we're going to turn it purple. Remember, our golden fibs, we keep purple when I do keep those lines up on the chart. So on this stock here, I want to see that break over that 551. I know it's quite a ways from where we're at now, 549. Your riskier entry would be this wick high area here. If our second level makes sense, of course, and those type of things. We want to see that volume come in. What's our peak candle pre-market? 120K in 15 minutes. I want to see that in the first minute. I want to see 150K our first minute. At least. That's what we want to see. TRKA started popping again. We have been absolutely crushing TRKA. It was on the watch list yesterday for a 32-cent entry. We ripped up to 49 cents. We've got Mr. SLP, Neo J, Bitcoin J, whatever stock of the week, whatever flavor of the week he's got, because he knows not to fall in love with the stocks. He dates the stocks. He takes their name, he marries them, and then he divorces them 2 days later. And today I think he's Neo J, but he might be TRKA J by the end of the day, and that rhymes, so we like to see it. All right, so TRKA, let's see what we got here. We've got this little wick low area. right here, which we're kind of sitting at right now. And then if we pop on a little lower time frame, like the 5, we can see that we've got this downtrend. All right. And then on the uptrend here, we have a little bit of a wedge, nothing fantastic, nothing I'm like, oh, this is a great bottom trend line. So what I want to see at market open is I want to see that hold of that 40 cents. We're going to say 40-cent area. If we lose 40 cents, we're not touching it anywhere from 40 cents down to this trend line at the least, at the minimum. I'd love to see if we see that bounce at 40 cents, you take that entry above 41.1. Or if we see an impulsive break above our trend line here, I would say an entry of like 43 cents on the uptrend. So those are 3 levels. Ideally, our the dream, as I like to say, would be to take the bounce here and then take the entry above our 41.5 cents. SLNG isn't striking my fancy at all. This one's a little bit interesting because you could tell immediately just looking at it where that line is. And you start to really be able to see where that golden fibs is. All right, so this one, lower volume. It's a little bit of a snoozer volume-wise. Let me check the float. Oh, we have a teeny, itty-bitty float, baby. This is, boys and girls, this is what we like to see. We got those little floats. We're sitting at the 618. We got a micro float on this one. That's what we like to see. Immediate, for me, an immediate entry above that break of the next fib zone. So 436, I'm in like Flynn. 5 to 10% stop if you take this. This could be a little slower moving, kind of like a day trade turning into a swing trade versus straight momentum. So that's kind of what we're watching on that. But I love the float on this. I like where it's sitting. I like that it didn't give it all back. You get that one candle pop and then it gives it all back. And we don't like that. This one didn't give it all back. So I really, really like this level top. If you're listening, this is a watch for the whole day with this kind of float. This FWBI is probably going to end up on my watch list for quite a while. This is our second impulsive move in the last 10 or so trading sessions. This is one that's going to stick with me. I love those teeny tiny floats because with the small floats, you get to kind of play with the volume too. If you see volume coming in, we're getting the volatility. It doesn't matter what our technicals say. It doesn't matter what our second level says. It doesn't matter what anything says with micro caps. I'm talking 5 million float and below, even smaller than that. Volume reigns supreme. So we love to see that. Sorry about that, guys. All right, we got about 2 minutes till market open here. We've got our levels hammered out. Wow. We had this pop another 10%. We could have, we don't chase in though, boys and girls. We do not chase in. So we've established a new zone of contention right about here. So this zone we're also going to watch for bounces. And then we are going to watch our wick high. This one I'm going to keep on a market open just because I'm curious to see what happens. First candle should be a million plus on our very first candle. My camera is a little crooked. There we go. Sorry, guys. All right. So if we get that impulsive break now, high risk taking that entry at 905. High risk after this kind of rip, but it could keep going. I mean, it really can. You got to be ready. Market buy, market sell, hockey, in, out, in, out, in, out. Because this could be an absolute setup candle where we don't continue on and we just pull all the way back. It's high risk. So that's what we're watching here. I like that the candle's trying to push back up to that 925 right away. It didn't dump down. There's 950 just wicked up. I mean, that right there is 5%, 4%. So, that's where those hotkeys in and out, even though no one and their mother could have got a buy off at that 949. That was an instant flash candle. So let's see what this candle does, and this will tell a lot, these next couple candles. So this is actually our market open candle, and there's their nasty dump, and there's our bounce point we're looking at is this 820 here. So now if we pull all the way back to 875 on this candle, I like entry. On this candle, I want to see that 875 pullback right here. If it's the next candle, pulling it. We're not buying it. This candle only. We pull immediately back up. I like it. My thoughts on SPX versus SPY is higher risk, higher reward. I mean, that's the reality of it. SPX, it's like playing leverage SPY trades. If you're familiar with crypto, it's essentially the same chart, same movement, everything else. I mean, but you're exposing yourself to a lot more risk. You know, there's goods and bads. If you have very confident in the levels that we're looking at and the levels you're taking SPX all the way. I don't alert SPX in the Discord, but I will play SPX off of my SPY alerts quite often. I think as the lead analyst doing day trading in the Discord, if I continually alerted SPX, I think it creates bad habits and a lot of risk for new traders. So I personally don't, but we do have traders that do. We've got Ben, Prime Patrick, Pookie's Revenge. They all play SPX very regularly. So we didn't get that pop, so we're not taking that buy, even if it was a pop this candle. We don't want it here. We want to wait and see what happens over the next couple. Let's check BPTS. Nothing. Okay, so this Toro, we did not get what we were looking for. So at this point here, this wick down, we had this exhaustion candle. And anyone knows about my exhaustion candle setup, when that next candle reclaims 2/3 of the way back up, which is about right here, that's where I get a little bullish. So if we break over, I'm going to keep it right where it's at. I'll pull it down a little bit. I like an entry over 468. Which is quite high. That's almost 8% above where we're at now. So it's extremely, extremely risky. Let's see how our TRKA is doing. And what did we talk about? Didn't we talk about the dream? Didn't we talk about that bounce dream where we bounce at the 40 cents? We take the entry at the 41.5. If this can maintain, if you took that entry, all right, if you took that 41.5 entry, you keep that stop at that 40 cents. All right, I don't care if it's only 2.5%, 3% down. You use small risk, small risk, small risk. It's day trades, they move fast. These are stocks that are all over social media. You could get a wicked 12% red candle immediately on a stock like this, especially when you're seeing it all over social media the way you've seen TRKA over social media. It's just the reality of the market we're in. So high risk, tight stop there, tight stop. All right. And I mean, look at OCEA. We took our bounce. If you took our bounce entry, guys, you're in, you're halted. We wanted that bounce and take an entry over 875 on the bounce. We talked about the dream. The dream was the bounce and the push. So, you know, if that is, I mean, you're in then. 13% candle halted. We'll come back to that one. Not surprised that happened. All right, now Toro's trying to have a little bit of a push here. This one's a little bit interesting. I'm going to, and TRK is kind of handling its business here. I'm going to try to flip this to the 1 day. There we go. All right, what else we got going on here? What's floating up that I didn't? There it is. DTC. This one's floating up, and I didn't notice this one. I immediately want to know what the float is. This is, all right, not too small. All right. So now we had our impulsive move. If we get a red candle here, I'm going to measure. And I want to see at least the 12% pullback before that continuation. No more than 25%. We want to see the pullback in here. We didn't quite get it. We actually did get the 12% pullback right about there. I don't like chasing in after 8 green candles. It's just not my style, not my speed, of course. But there, you know, there's going to be the pop here. This is where bag holding is created, guys. I hate to say it. Not after 5 green candles. I at least want to see a little bit of a pullback before a push. Before I would consider taking this one. I'd love to see it pull back to about the 478 area. And then I would take an entry. It holds that area. And TRKA, if you took that entry, you're up, you know, nothing spectacular, 3-4%. Nothing crazy good, but it was the perfect bounce we were looking for. Exactly what we were looking for at that level, which is really nice. OCEA is halted still. Let's check our SPY. All right. So we're sitting at that little double top from pre-market. For we've got a triple top here on the 1 minute. Very interesting here. This is risky business to take a trade from here to here on the SPY bullish because we have such a major resistance level right above our head right there. Let me check the 15. I can't remember when that's from. Okay, that's not that major a level. I take it back. That level is not overly concerning with me. So if I take a SPY, I'm not Yeah, I want to see a little bit of pullback before that SPY call. We did bounce off one of our major support lines we're looking at. If we do take a SPY call, it's going to be the 401. It's at about 84 cents right now. I am not in it. I will let you know if I take it. And what? We didn't really get too much pulled up other than that. Everything's green, green, green across the board down here. I don't want to start a TA on another. You know what? Let's look at Tesla. We're going to look at Tesla. All right. We immediately see a little trend line here. And this broadening wedge, a little bit of a broadening wedge there. I would love to see it bounce at this area here for a call entry right along this line. That's kind of what I'm looking at here. And then let's pop on. Where's our SPY? I'm going to type in Tesla, so it's at the top of the SPY. There we go. All right. Again, if I take a SPY call, we've got the 401, 84 cents. I'm not in this trade. Again, I want to reiterate, I'm not in this trade. Just watching at this point, and I'll let you know. All right, we'll dump off there. What's Tesla doing? Same thing. I'm not looking for puts at this point. One red candle does not denote a put entry for me. FYI. Let's pop back on our top gainers. OCA's halted still. NLTX selling off. There it is. All right, so TRKA did pull back some. I like the support pickup though. We really need to see it push back over that 42.5 cents pretty quick over the next few minutes or so. I'm not liking it at all. Toro did break over our entry area at 465 and it hit 503, so about 8% there. If that's the trade you took. Anyone who's new, I'm going to reiterate, I give you the entry and exit levels. Pick the chart that makes sense to you. Keep that chart up while we're watching. I will come back to them. I'll tell you guys what I think, so on and so forth. You cannot expect to take each trade that I'm speaking of here. So ETAO is looking good again. This one's been going for a little bit here. Let me pop back on top gainers. All right, OCA halted back down. This is going to be an interesting one today. Makes me a little bit hesitant to really do too much with it. I'm trying to find. I cannot remember which stock it was that that had the small float to put on my list today. Oh no. Anyone remember what stock that was? I'm sure Top does. Which stock I said had that micro float and I was watching at that golden fibs level. I feel like it was HUBC. No, it's not. All right. So let's pop back on our, since that's halted again. So on this, we're halted down. So you don't want to take any sort, you want to set a limit order in any way on the halt down. If we open, immediately start pushing back up, I like entry again above 875. All right. Not before, not below 875 or up. That's it. And that's an absolutely high risk one as well. Let's go back to our recently viewed and check our SPY. All right. I actually do like the entry here. I am in 401 call. I'll post it on the thing. I'm in here. This is scalp, guys. Again, this is a scalp. This is a scalp. This is a scalp. All right. I will sell fast if it goes sideways. I like seeing that impulsive break over here. Now we want to see, what do we want to see? Everybody knows we have these impulsive candles. We want to, if you haven't gotten in, make sure this candle doesn't pull more than 2/3 of the way back. We want to see a bounce on this trend line here and the push back up, because we know when we have an exhaustion candle, a lot of times that next candle is going to be red. So we're going to wait and see here. And if I lose this wick low, I'm going to sell right away. If we lose, say 400 or 399.80, something like that, I'm at break even right now. Not overly concerned. You can't overreact to 1 minute candles. You can't do that. I do like that we have established higher highs on the 5. We broke our high pre-market and we're holding. So we'll see what happens. This is abundantly high risk. I just want to reiterate that statement. Tesla, we came about 3 cents from where I wanted to see that bounce for entry, but we are red at the moment. SPY's a little bit red too. We want to see that bounce in this area, to be honest. We do want to see the bounce here. Again, if I lose 400, I'm going to take the loss, even if it's only 10%. We could take another entry. So I'm not overly concerned about that at all. Let's check our top gainers. We're halted. BPTS is bouncing right back up a little bit. We did not come to our bounce line. That's a massive candle right there. We got 4 candle. Let's see what happens over the next couple minutes here. I do like the BPTS above. I've still got the 70 cents as your entry. That's what I like. 69.5, 70 cents as our entry zone on that one. TRKA is falling off the cliff. Let's see if we get that double bottom 39 cents. If we don't, no touching. I don't want nothing to do with this in the 30s. Yes, so every time it reaches the 30s, it comes to the low 30s. It's not when you want to touch the stock at all. At all. All right. This needs to bounce back right now, or I'm going to abandon my position here. Again, if I get a candle open and close below 400, I'm going to take a sell on this one. Tesla's outperforming the SPY right now. Tesla does look pretty good. We got the 190 at $1. Remember, we're on Beta Thursday too, guys. These are extremely high risk. They're 1 day till expiration. Don't forget it. Please play safe. I'm not in Tesla. This is the thing, is the 190 for $1, just so you guys could see. I meant to put 2 zeros on there. I'm actually going to take 2 contracts here on Tesla. So we're all in for bullish. Do not take Tesla if you're in SPY. Do not take Tesla if you're in SPY. You watch one chart. Stop loss for Tesla. Wick low here. SPY, we know what we're looking at. We are starting to pop up. Tesla's outperforming the SPY. I like to see it. I like to see it. We break this high. We break this wick high. We're going to get an impulsive push up. And then here's our trend line bounce here. Tesla's acting like it wants to rip today. I might let my stop loss go a little deeper on Tesla. I'm not too sure yet. I am actually pretty much at break even. I don't want to watch both these trades. I'm trying to decide which one I want to hold in, and then other one I'm going to sell, because both are pretty stinking close to break even. And you can see we've got Tesla with a red candle, SPY with a green candle. They're a lot of indecision in the market right now. We got a lot of indecision, high risk. You should never, ever, ever be in both those trades at the same time. Repeat. I'm going to put this on repeat over and over and over again. Never take more than 1 day trade on a weekly option contract. You're going to miss sells. If we get a spike in the whole market, how are you going to sell them both at once? Unless you have limit sells set up to go something like, but you've got to be very careful with this. I'm reducing my exposure on the SPY here at break even. I'm selling 4 of 7 contracts. Wait, do I have 7? Hold on. Okay, I have 6. I'm selling 4 of 6 contracts here. Reducing some of my exposure because I wanted to see a stronger push. At that point, we wanted to see that impulsive push like Tesla right here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I'm selling 2 Teslas at 5% right now. Yeah, filled at 4%. Oh, I got filled at 3%. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so I have 2 Tesla, 2 SPY now. All right. And I explain this to you guys all the time. I get a lot of questions, why do you sell so quick, especially on green candle? First of all, you always want to sell on a green, especially a strong green candle. And then second of all, it's to open my stop loss. It's protecting me by locking those. I could scale in as well. You know what I mean? So there's 15% on Tesla. Selling one more of my Teslas right here. Filled at 13%. Let's check the SPY. All right. SPY looks like it wants to rip over that high as well. There goes SPY. Selling one more. I'm down to one in each. All right. I've got one Tesla, one SPY at this point. That's what we want. That's what we want to see. And if you have one contract, you need to be ready to sell. Like you got to consider selling it. You got to take your wins when you can. One second, guys. Sorry, I got to do another sell. I had to slide it down. All right, there is 20% on Tesla. Toro halted. All right, so Toro hit our entry. We were talking about Toro obviously hit our entry. We're up 25% on Tesla. SPY not quite as great. We're up. What are we up right now? I don't want to pull that one. Oh, we're up 20. Okay, we're up 15% on SPY, 20% on Tesla. If you have one contract, I can never tell anyone when to sell. I am not a certified stock person. This is entertainment purposes only. But if you're having entertainment trading right now, consider selling soon. And then let's check that. Ooh, we'll check Toro in a minute. You said Toro's halted. Let me know when it unhalts. We'll pop over there. All right. So our SPY that we took at 84 cents is now at $1.10. Very nice. Over 25. There's well over 25%. There's about 30% on that one. Same thing on Tesla. Tesla, we took it $1. It's at $1.31. There's 35%. Bang, 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 bang. We're out of here. We're going to pop on over to Discord. Protect your money, people. Love you all. See you in the Discord. Peace.